Oh, what? Does it already know? What? How is it streaming? Where is it streaming? Oh, it's connected. Oh, hello? How am I even streaming? I'm not streaming, bro. Can that see everything? I don't know. I hope not. I have some weird music playing, bro. I'll put that on. Put that on you. Now I got music people might not even like, bro. Like I'm gonna be real. I don't think my music's good right now, or the music that I have on is gonna be like loved. Oh, it's live, live later, later back later. Use a streaming software. All right, this isn't working. What in the world is going on? Here we go. Here we go. Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to my stream. I'm gonna be animating today. Um, so it's just gonna be a long stream of me either animating or like probably maybe playing music or not playing music, playing video games and stuff. If you hear any weird noises, I'm probably not alone in my house. I don't know. There have been some weird stuff going on. That makes me sound schizo. Okay, to be real with you guys, right now, I'm probably not completely alone. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on. I personally believe in the paranormal. Um, and I don't like talking about this. I do like it. What am I talking about? I love talking about this stuff. Also, right now, I'm just gonna do a little like practice. Like I want to start off by getting like warmed up, kind of. But basically, I've been having a lot of paranormal encounters at this house that I live in right now. Like ever since I started like living here, ever since I moved, I've had like a lot of paranormal encounters and stuff. So it's like I don't know if I'm actually alone. So if you hear anything weird, it's probably a weird like paranormal thing that I can't describe or not describe but explain. Like if you hear like a banging noise, that's probably paranormal. I get this weird banging noise next to my window. And yeah, it could be like the freaking branches near my tree banging into my window, but the problem is it's just not close enough. And also it sounds like a hand smacking on the window, so I really can't say that's what it is. Also, oh, a little bit too flat there. Looks like it deflated, bro. I haven't animated in a little bit, so I'm a little rusty right now. That's not bad. Not bad. Okay. Turn my music down. Actually, let me change my music. Um, I don't really want to get into politics, but like, I'm gonna be real with you. Things have been getting kind of crazy right now, and it's kind of hard not to talk about politics. And in my honest opinion, things are just going down. I just it sucks right now. Everything just sucks. And I keep getting reminded of it like every 2 seconds, and it's like all I can really think about right now is politics. Um, which is sad because I shouldn't be that like into politics. I need to be like that's obvious. I should not be that far deep into the politics pipeline, you know. Um, but I am. So here I am. I'm into that stuff. Honestly, might quit the stream soon. I just started, I know, but I'm extremely like I don't know how to put it. There's just something off right now, and it's hard to describe that it just started happening. It's like every time I do anything, and it really sucks and it's really annoying, and that's basically how I describe it. So I guess I just did describe it very vaguely though. I've been hearing about the new like Turkey Tom stuff, and I'm like, dude, what is going on? Because like half of the allegations are kind of like iffy. Like there might be some real allegations here, but like Sly Boy, I watched Sly Boy, and he talked about it, and like he said was like, I don't know if I can really like believe in any of these because there's just so much sketch. Like it's so like not believe in, but like there's a couple of like really good claims, but the problem is that there's so much sketchy stuff, and it feels like he said, like all of it is being sloppified. And I agree, all of it is being sloppified. And I really, it's a distasteful thing to do when you slopify stuff. And I don't know. I have a lot of disdain for the internet right now in general. And I don't know. It seems like I need to just not be on the internet ever again because the internet is just such a bad place right now. That's just how it is for me. That's just how I feel. Also, let's see. How does this look? I don't know. I don't know. Do I like it? The whole point of this is to be like it's a box or it's going to be a box like this maybe. But yeah, I've been wanting to like take a break from the internet, but at the same time I kind of want to do content. Like it's funny, I want to take a break from the internet, but I want to make content. I guess it's kind of like I want to make my own content that I don't have to like rely on others for their content. I want to spend my life instead of consuming content nonstop. I want to make my own, and I think everybody should strive to want to do that. That might just be me though. Also, this is that is not a that's not right. There's something off there. But yeah, I've just been like thinking, and I'm like, I need to start learning how to make content rather than consume because this is really not good for me. Like I watch Hank Green sometimes. I watch him in school, and I realize like his analogy is really good for it. Like the elephant rider analogy, where it's like, are you the elephant, or are you the man riding the elephant? Where it's basically like, oh, you have needs or not needs, wants. Sorry. And are you going to let that elephant decide for you what you're going to do just because, oh, well, you want something, so you're going to have it? It's the classic like American idea is, oh well, you want something, so you're gonna have it, you know. And I've realized more and more lately that's just like bad for me. What I need to focus on is what I need, and what I need is a lot of just money. Just kidding. Although it would help, I am going into college in America, and that can be very expensive. And I need to buy a house, and I need to get out of my house because my house is not like I'm ending stream the moment anybody gets home because I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's hard to like do anything when everybody's home. Like I'm tempted to just go like full insomniac and just start making content at night where nobody knows what I'm doing and nobody can hear me because I get judged for like the things I say or like the things I believe in nonstop, and like it's whatever to have some judgment. But like, listen, I'm your like I'm related to you. You don't got to be a butthole about it, you know? That's my take on that. If you're living with somebody and somebody wants to that looks kind of dumb. Somebody has like a thing that they want to tell you. I don't think you should be rude about it. You know what I mean? Like that's just me though. I just don't think you should be rude about it, you know? And like this might come back to bite me if somebody finds out my account name and stuff and they like find who I am if this ever gets popular, which it probably won't. And that's perfectly fine. I don't really care about being popular. I've never really cared about being popular. I've had times where like being unpopular has harmed me. like in high school where I was socially outcasted for much of my high school life and still am, because of some stuff that happened during freshman year that just like socially outcasted me. There were some kids that bullied me that I really did not. What is going on here? What am I even animating? So I'm imagining like it as like a face, and it's like coming up, and then it's like a little like face, and it's just boom, and it's like breaking its neck. I don't know. Maybe it's not that. Maybe what I should do is tilt this one right here. I don't know why, but I feel like tilting this would help. But yeah, there's just like a lot of stuff in life that I'm like messing or like having to deal with right now. Like I got to do taxes, but for some reason my government name is not connected to my phone number, which is really strange, and I have no clue why. It's just not. And I can't fix it, which is strange. For some reason, they're like, I can't find anything that says that you're you. And I'm just like, oh, lovely. Did somebody take my information or something? That looks so dumb, actually. I'm actually gonna restart because of that. That's awful, dude. I was working on an animation a while ago where it was like a battery and it was gonna shove its head into a light bulb and the light bulb, or not light bulb, but thingy, and it was gonna scream. And that was kind of funny. It's a funny idea. I never finished it because I got very tired after a long week of everything. But yeah, I've been kind of busy lately with stuff. Actually, no, I've been the opposite of busy, and I hate it. I can't lie anymore. Like, I haven't been lying, but like, the fact is that like I'm doing nothing with my life right now. I'm doing absolutely nothing with my life, and it's killing me. I don't have a job. Well, it's not like because I don't want to have a job. I'm basically the definition of an incel, but with a job. I'm looking for jobs. I really, really want a job, but I can't find one because nobody will hire me. And it's getting to the point where I'm just tired. I'm so tired because it's like, what do I do at this point? Like, I've been looking for jobs and I've realized I probably have to go in person, which is fine if I wasn't in Michigan. Because, geez, our roads are bad right now. I don't think that's doxing me, right? If I say that I'm in Michigan, that's like a huge state. You don't know if I'm in the UP or the Lower Peninsula, so you don't know. Would that be the UP or the LP? I don't know. But you don't know anything about me, and that's fine. I don't want you to know anything about me. Do not know where I am because that'd be weird. I'd have to leave the freaking state. Just kidding. Anyway, how have your guys' lives been? Actually, I should check chat, see if there's anybody there. Nope, nobody. Okay. I'm still gonna be on here for a while. I got like a couple hours before anybody gets home, but I really don't want to be streaming while people are home. Um, I might have to start a GoFundMe soon, actually, because I have no money. I'm a broke boy. I need a job. I need gas, and I'm like falling into debt. And I can't really talk about who I'm in debt to because, simply put, they're not here to defend themselves. Um, and it's kind of scary right now. I'm kind of scared, to be perfectly real with you. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I want to be an engineer, to be honest with you. I really want to be an engineer. It'd be so fun and cool to be an engineer. Of course, it's a pain in the butt and it's really hard, but like, I think it would be fun, you know, to get that experience of being an engineer. But at the same time, everybody in my life is telling me not to be an engineer because it's hard. And I'm like, that's why I want to be an engineer. You feel me? Like, that's the whole reason I'm going for this job because I'm going big or I'm going home. And so far, I've been going big. I have good grades. I'm not failing any of my classes. I'm doing a good job at like living my life by the book. And so I'm not failing. I'm going big. I'm not going home. I don't have that choice. And honestly, I need to live somewhere else soon because this place is becoming more harm than good. In my opinion, in my opinion, the place I'm living in is becoming more harm than good. And it's just because I'm in debt right now. The moment I leave, that debt doesn't really exist, so I can just go. To be completely fair with you and honest with you, nobody's tallying it up, but it might become a guilt trip for me. Like myself, I might guilt trip myself because I've had other people guilt trip me in the past. But like I just it's just so like I don't know, it feels crazy to say this, but I'm genuinely just in debt to people at my age. I'm not even like done with high school. I'm still in high school. I'm in considerable debt. I'm actually like a pretty well achieved student, but I'm in debt. And it's not in debt like school wise. I got everything paid off. I basically got a scholarship for my first 2 years of college. So everything right now is currently paid off. But there's other debts that I'm talking about that have nothing to do with college or school that are absolutely destroying me. Both like mentally and just like because I'm stressed about the debt. I'm stressed about the debt that I'm under, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to pay that off because I'm so busy. And like, the moment I get another job, I'm gonna be way too busy to pay off that debt. And the worst part is, it's people that I should be able to rely on for things like this that are putting me in debt. Like, I can't directly say who it is because obviously I don't want anybody to find out who this channel is run by. I live in Michigan, obviously, but other than that, you know nothing about me. That's fine. I want to keep it that way. And I, honest to God, just can't justify like saying out loud who it is. But I am in extreme debt. My life is kind of going downhill right now. I don't sound like it because I've always been taught to be very positive. Kind of hard to do right now, to be honest with you. Hard to be positive. Um, and that's about all I have to say is it's very hard to be positive right now. I cannot find a good thing in my life except for there's one thing in my life that's really good. That'd be my relationship with my girlfriend. That's amazing. I absolutely adore my girlfriend. But other than that, my life is horrible right now. I'm like, I have good friends too. I have really good friends. I have really good friends. I have my girlfriend and my friends. That's really all I need in life. So I'm not like crazy upset right now, but life is kind of horrible. Like, I'm just going to be real with you. Life is kind of sucky right now. 2025, 2026, probably pretty bad years. I met my girlfriend in 2024, so that was a good year. Wait, was that? Yeah, yeah, that'd be 2024. Yeah, I met my girlfriend in 2024, almost 2 years ago now. Crazy. 2 year long relationship in high school. Most people don't get that far. She's an awesome person. I have nothing that I can say that's like, she's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I can genuinely see like a future life with her and everything. And it's so absolutely awesome. Having that ability of life, with somebody new where I don't have to worry about my old like mistakes and I don't have to worry about everything that went wrong in my life. I can just be me with somebody who loves me. And I think that's amazing. Um, and I used to be like, oh well, I guess I'll be afraid to talk about how amazing my girlfriend is because, well, I don't want to sound ooey gooey or like, oh, you're just a sensitive little business. I don't want to say bad words because I'm scared to say bad words. I don't know, man. I'm fine with saying bad words. Bad words aren't bad things. I don't want to get like taken down or like in trouble. So, I don't really want to say bad words. Um, but yeah, I've been having a pretty good time with her and my friends and everything like that. But other than that, life is kind of sucky right now. So, life happens, things happen, everything's fine, I'm okay, but I might not be for the long run. I have been really upset with some people over how they're treating my cat, because they've been treating my cat pretty poorly for my entire life. I'm not going to talk about who this is again. I guess you guys can assume. Assumptions are bad, but I'm gonna let you assume. Also, I just realized I don't like the way that I drew that character, so I'm restarting. Um, that's another problem I got. I restart on everything. I restart literally everything that I've ever started. And then I fail on that too. So it's like, what do I do, Like, I don't know. It also really discourages me like when I see somebody who's done so much better than me, and like I feel like I've been compared to people before in the past. Like when I see amazing artists, like amazing young artists, I get inspired. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like people who are more successful than me, people who are doing better than me. All my life I've been compared, so I'm like scared to be compared. Like people have compared me to like Papa Meat, or like sometimes even like people have compared me to Junji Ito when I draw all my weird little guys, and people compare me to like Trevor Henderson when I draw all the horror stuff I draw because I'm big into horror. Um, and it's like I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to be compared to that because that would imply that you want me to like live up to that standard. And I'm like, I just don't know if I can do it. And I get in my own head about it a lot, and like I look at old drawings of like how amazing I used to be. And that's the other thing is like I say like a lot, oh well, I used to be amazing. I really don't hate myself all that much. Or at least I don't hate old versions of me. Not that much. I despise myself now because I've done things that I absolutely despise. And it's not even like I've talked to people about it and they're like, yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that. That's nothing bad. And, I've handled all my drama and all that, but I still hate myself sometimes because I feel like I'm doing something wrong. And I really don't know what's causing it in my brain. I don't know what is causing this problem that I have. I guess I know like one problem that is causing it. Haha, what am I talking about? I know what my problems are, bro. I got my priorities straight right now. That's at least one thing I can say that is good about me. I know what I'm talking about in the way of my issues. So that's pretty cool. Like, I'm in debt. I'm having struggles with everything, and I don't know, just life in general is getting hard, and that's okay. I've been told by people now that it's okay if your 20s are bad. Your 20s, you're still getting to live, you're still understanding how to live. You're not perfect. You're not meant to be perfect. And I've been like I've seen a couple of videos where it's like your life can be hard during your 20s. It doesn't have to be a party. And I'm like that just gives me such a relief because I'm like I always thought that all their 20 like 20 almost 20-year olds, at least I'm almost 20, are like out there partying, getting drunk, having fun. I'm like sitting in my room alone playing video games or like talking to friends online instead of actually being in person with them. And things like that. Like I'm an antisocial nerd who is just sitting here waiting wasting away his life. I don't got a job. I'm kind of worried because I got like I don't want to talk about that cuz that's like too close to home. But like I'm kind of worried about like everything, which is crazy because like I should not be worried about everything. I should be worried just about my life right now. My life is the only life that I can change, and I've been falling short on like actually holding that myself to that because I see all these problems that I used to look at as a kid and be like, oh well, yeah, it's a problem, but I still need to live my life. And I'm like, I can do something because I feel like I can, but the reality is that I can't do anything. What do you want me to do about, Alex Preddy, who just got shot by ICE in the back 10 times? What do I do about, all like I can't go, protest. I could be expelled from my college, I could be expelled from my school, I could be, outcasted. But what am I talking about? I'm already an outcast. People don't like me. My I have a few best friends in the entire world. People don't like me. Like why do I worry so much? And it's just like I get in this like knot of just thinking about like, oh, I can do something, I can do something. But that's always been that not always, but like that's how I am right now is I'm just like I can do something because people are telling me I can do something. You're young. You're the generation who's just now becoming adults, who's just now graduating high school. You can do something, you know? You can change the world. And I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, I don't know about that. Like what can I do? Like I'm trying to think of like all the ways I could affect the world. And it's like I just feel so insignificant. And that's okay. It's okay to be insignificant, but when it's like a time like this when I feel like I got to do something, I feel like a coward almost because I'm not making YouTube videos about like what I think, what I believe, and like how we can change the world, how we can make a thing like the world better. And I guess I don't know what I'm even talking about anymore. Nobody's watching this. That's fine. That's good. I don't want people watching this. I'm just talking into the void. And honestly, I do need to open up a new file because this does not look like something I could animate. I don't want to animate frame by frame, fully done drawings. Like, I want to animate an idea and then sketch it out and then fully draw it later. I don't know. I'm just like thinking too much. I'm talking a lot. Talking a lot. It's because I don't get to talk when I'm alone or not alone. When I am around people, I can't talk. I don't have a free flow of thought. And so when I talk around people, I'm kind of scared. I'm like, do I say that? Do I not say my own opinion? Do I talk? Because it seems like every time I've ever like had a life where I'm just like talking about me or not me, but like talking about like my opinion, it feels like I just hurt people around me. And like when I say people around me, it's like the people I directly live with. Most people are fine with me talking. In fact, that's why I'm so social when it comes to being outside of like my school or my house because I can actually sit there and be kind of social. It's easy for me to do that. It's easy for me to talk. And the thing is I also have a kind of degree of people don't know me and so I can use that to my benefit is people don't know me, people don't understand who I am, and so I can use that as my benefit because a lot of people have labeled me as this horrible awful guy and then they'll meet me and they're like, oh, you're not what I expected. And like there's a reason why people have labeled me as that. um but I'm just chilling. Like I've had so many people be like, I actually did not think you would be a good person. And I sit with that like a lot when I'm like thinking about that. I'm so confused. Like, what do you mean you did not think I was a good person? Like, what did I do to offend you? And I guess it does kind of like irk me when people act that way towards me. Like, I don't know you. Like there have been kids where they'll come up to me, they'll like mess with me in high school or whatever. Like that's whatever. I don't care. Like I've always had to deal with that, especially when I was like a freshman and all that. And then like when when I get messed with, it's like bad. It's usually about like, oh well, you're like annoying or like you're, like it's just stuff people want to hurt me with, like. And I've had people around me that do things like that, and I don't care about them anymore, obviously. But like when I was a kid, not when I was a kid, when I was a freshman, I was really bad. I was really bad about letting people tell me who they wanted or who they thought I was. And I kind of fell into believing that's who I was. For some time I did. And then I realized that's not at all who I am and I can get better. Um Around the summer where I met my girlfriend, and I think genuinely, like when I say this, I mean this. I was the best person I've been in a long time during that summer where I met my girlfriend. I was the most confident. I had like I had my friends, like I was working out. I was healthy. I was confident in myself. I knew what I was doing. I had lost a ton of weight. And like I'm thinking about like how I am today and I'm like, you know, I gained all that weight back. I gained I gained it all back, and I got more unhealthy. I don't feel like I'm like energetic ever. I always feel tired. There's been a lot of stuff happening, and I don't know. I just expected life to go a lot better, you know. And I guess it going a little worse is kind of okay. It's like par for the course, but I don't know. I just expected life to be a little different from what it is now. Because, you got to think I was the loner kid who had nobody in his life for my entirety of my like sophomore year basically. Like I had like nobody to talk to. Everybody hated me, or at least I felt like everybody hated me. Um, and everything was wrong. I felt everything was off. I felt like I was failing myself, kind of. And in like total honesty, I was failing myself, and I currently kind of feel like I am. I'm a talented person. Which is ugh, feels narcissistic to say. Hate it. I hate it. But I can't deny that I do have talents. I do have a way of getting out of this problem that I'm in. Because I am in a situation where I just don't want to be, where I am. There's ways to get out, but I'm not taking those ways of getting out, and it's all my fault. And this is all me. And it's like, I gotta realize that it's all like I'm so tense all the time. And if I was just a little bit calmer, if I was just a little bit more, I don't know, in like able to calm down, if I was just able to breathe, I could change my whole life. I could make everything better. I could make everybody in my life happier. And I just think about that a lot, just how much of a failure I am to everyone. Because it's not just to one person in particular or the other, it's everyone. I'm a failure. And that's just me, self-doubting. But no, it's true. I am a failure. I quit my job because, oh, I didn't like it. Everybody wants to quit their job. Everybody hates their job. Everybody does. It's a thing that everybody hates. But I had a decent, I mean, no, it wasn't decent, but it was decent, I guess, job. And I quit because why? Oh, well, I'm going into college and I think I'm going to fail a class if I don't quit. You think, you don't know, and you're like automatically anxious about it. And you're like, I need to quit. I need to quit. I need to quit. It's also like I could have kept that job, could have had decent pay up until I finally got a new job, and then I could have quit and started working somewhere way better for me that paid me way more, where I could actually move out, I could actually buy my own house. I could, do things. I could have a decent life. And I just threw it all out the window because I didn't like my job. And now I'm sitting here and it's been like 4 or 5 months and I don't have a job. And I'm just sitting here jobless. I've applied everywhere in my area. Nobody wants me, I guess, because I don't know, their AI says so. By the way, I figured out that AI is used heavily when making those kind of decisions, and I don't know, it's just upsetting me. It's all like upsetting me. And I wish I could just grow. I wish I could just change, but I can't. It's just who I am. I'm horrible. I'm awful. I'm terrible, and all of this, and all of yada yada yada. And I just wish I would shut up. I just wish I would shut up. Sometimes I do. I wish I would just shut up. Wish I would just talk less. I wish I would just understand myself and actually want to love myself, but I just can't. There's just things that I do that make me feel like I'm a failure, I'm a loser, I'm all these horrible, awful things. Because I don't know, maybe I am a failure, maybe I am a loser, but I don't know. I don't know. And then my life falls apart on me every other month, and I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. My car gets stuck in my driveway, whatever, yada yada yada. I got a good situation going on, and I'm here complaining about it. Like, I bet some people would love to not have a job during high school, but some people actually have to. Like, you know, I can't be complaining, but I am because I wanted a job. My whole goal with quitting my old job was to get a better job where it would suit my needs a lot more and where I could change, I could grow. But in my case right now is I don't have a job. The closest thing to like a job that I might be able to get is like working with my girlfriend's dad, maybe, possibly, or my dad at his shop when I get out of high school. That's the closest thing I've got to a new job opportunity. And that's months away. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do that. I might just be totally screwed. And it all makes me feel like a loser. And I got no side hustles going on. I have nothing like to make me money. I was doing DoorDash for a little while and then DoorDash quit like sending me places, I guess, because I would sit there for 2 hours a day and my car would be revving because it's too cold to actually sit alone, or not sit alone, but sit in that car without, the heat on. And I'm sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm waiting for them to give me something and then nothing. Nothing. They'll say it's very busy and wherever I am right now, you could make some money, and then I go out and I can't make any. So it seems like even that's failed me. And I don't know. I'm just thinking clearly about everything right now. It just feels like I am, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't even know what I'm drawing right now, to be real with you. It's some weird blob. Kind of like it, but I kind of want to loop it. Like maybe this starts coming down like that, and then this continues to come out just a little more and comes down a little bit. I don't know. I think it's also because I just ate food and I feel kind of dizzy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like being like unnecessarily, I guess cranky is the right word. And I don't know, it's my last semester of high school and I just get the worst classes possible. Like that seems like a real kick in my ass. Just like you just kicked me while I'm down, man. Like thanks for that, I guess. And I don't know, it just really, I guess, irks me that I have to be in the classes that I have. Like I got a comms class for college and it's not even in person. Like the least you could do is just make it in person. And then I've got like a calc class that's kind of lame, to be real with you. Like it just kind of sucks. Like the professor's kind of, I don't know. Like I don't know how to feel about her cuz she's chill kind of, but also sometimes her expectations are a little crazy. Like, oh well, you have to go print all of your own paper even though, I'm telling you that you need it. I don't know. Just stuff like that just makes it seem really, don't know. Just seems like stupid. And then I'm in this teacher's class. Miss I can't say her name out loud. Dang, okay, that sucks. But I'm in her class and she sucks. She's just an awful person. Terrible, terrible person. And there's a bunch of reasons as to why she's so terrible. I just can't talk about them, I don't think, not on stream. Maybe if I like censored some stuff and I put it into a video. But terrible, terrible person, dude. Like I can't even lie. Like she's just one of the worst people I've ever met. And I had some leeway with teachers because like some teachers where people are like, "Oh, well, they're like the worst teacher ever." I'm like, "Oh, okay, are you sure about that?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, well, I don't agree because I actually kind of like the teacher." I'm more of like a, I'm not going to say that because that's just untrue. I don't care about what the teachers think of me, but I do like some teachers. Um, I'm not a teacher's pet because I'm just not. Some kids are, but I'm not. Actually, most teachers don't like me. That's the funny thing is I might like them, they don't like me. And it's because I do my work really well and I actually do a good job at like being in their class, but at the same time I'm just like I'm super lazy in class. Like I just ignore whatever we're doing and I just do my own thing. And some teachers are okay with it. Like my old teacher, I guess I would just call him like Mr. S for now. But he was chill with it. He did not care. He's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. As long as you get your work done and you're, on time every day, you're doing a good job, you're not absent too much, things like that." And he was a nice teacher that I had. He really did like me having or me being in his classroom and all that. And I really wish I had him again at some point, but sadly I do not. I am a senior, which is so weird cuz like how am I even a senior? I guess it's considered I guess I'm considered a senior, but I just don't like it. I don't like being considered a senior because it's like I still have another year of high school to go through because not because I failed any classes. Don't 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 go around thinking that I failed classes because I don't fail classes. That doesn't happen. But what did happen was I got accepted into like a scholarship kind of where I get like my first degree in college for free and things like that. And so I am now like not actually getting to graduate at the same time as everybody else. And it's kind of frustrating, but like, I don't know. I just wish it wasn't that way because I really do wish I was able to graduate with everybody. Because some of my best friends are graduating this year and I can't graduate with them, and it kind of sucks. But hey, it's whatever. I'm getting to get my college for free. I can't be complaining. It does suck though because I don't think I can put on applications that I have a high school degree, even though that's one of the things that a lot of places, expect. Which is crazy because like how are you gonna tell me you want me to work at a Burger King but you want me to have a high school degree? Like, brother, what? It might not be a Burger King where that happened, but there was a place that was like, hey, we need you to have a high school degree to work here. And I'm like, brother, it's literally just a job making food. Like, how do I need a college degree for that? Or not college, high school, sorry. I get the two mixed up now at this point because they're similar enough right now. And I don't know, it's just like it's so depressing to see the like job environment right now and still want to do like a normal job. Like, gee, I wish I would have put more time into like I straight up wish I would have put more time into animation and stuff because I might have actually been good. Not saying I'm like bad or anything, but like I'm not the best. And I would have been able to do a lot more with my life if I went into like art. And the worst part is I think I don't even want to do engineering anymore. I don't know, maybe I'm just tweaking. I think eventually my life will get better. I just need to put the work in, go through the horrible moments and try to get into the better ones. Cuz I feel like life kind of sucks right now. And that's just how it's going to have to be for a little while. And that's just it. That's fine. It's whatever. I'm just chilling, I guess. You know what pissed me off about my old job? They wanted to make a bunch of stuff like shit up about me that just was not true. Cause I was like sitting there, I'm doing my performance review with my manager, and he's like, "Hey, you know how like you're a germaphobe? Well, not to the company. You need to wash your hands more." Even though I was literally washing my hands to the degree where I was getting dry skin and stuff, like I can't wash my hands anymore, man. They'll fall off. Or like how they claimed, "Oh, well, you're not cleaning enough, but you're cleaning too much." Like, how are you gonna sit there and act like that? Like, just it sucked so bad. And then it got to the point where they were talking about the food sales because I worked with food, and they're like, "Hey, so like our food sales are the worst of the state, and they have been that way for the last like 4 years." And I'm like, "Yeah, but like I haven't been working here that long. I've been working here 3 months." And then they were like, Oh, and my manager, I could see it in his eyes. He got scared because to be real with you, I think he was about to fire me. Like, I'm being so honest with you. I think he was gonna fire me. Because his eyes like went weird, like he was freaking out, like there was something on this performance review that I wasn't gonna like, or something like that. Because I think he realized just how much of a mistake that he just made. But like, I think he was gonna fire me, which I could have sued him for wrongful termination because you can't fire for some guy for the reason of the food sales being bad if the only reason the food sales are being bad is because of the company rules for the food sales. Like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The food sales where I did work, which I cannot disclose where I did work, were awful because of the company rules. The company rules were terrible. Like, to give you guys a reference, they made it so that you basically had to put out an obscene amount of food. Like, it was an obscene amount of food. Every single moment of every single day, there had to be a ton of food, just an absolute ton. And it was such a waste because I'm like sitting there um like doing all this, and I'm like, this is a waste of food. And I was open about this when I worked there, and this might be why they didn't like me that much, but I was like, yeah, no, this is a waste of food, and why are we making so much for customers who aren't going to buy it? Like, listen, I can still make this much food. It's not a hard job. But why are we sitting here like why are you sitting here making it out to be like I need to make a bunch of food if nobody's going to eat it, and then it's just going to go into the trash, and then you literally have to call the police. Okay, where I used to work at, they used to call the police if a homeless man was dumpster diving, which I thought was really messed up. They either had to call the police or had to get one of the workers to like go tell him, "Hey bud, you can't be in there, sorry." And I felt so bad every time because I knew the worker who had to go tell him, and the worker who had to go tell him that they had to leave was like one of the most caring coworkers I've ever met. Good guy, really good guy. I can't talk about why he was fired, but yeah, it really did like rub me the wrong way that we were making so much food that wasn't getting eaten, and then you claim it's bad. So the thing is with food, if you're heating it up, it can last for multiple hours outside, right? And these people were saying, "Oh well, or not outside, but out in the open." They were saying, "Well, it's been an hour and a half, so it's bad." And I'm like, "No, no, food can sit there for almost 4 hours, in a heated area." And that's where it was. It was in a heated area. It was in a heating rack, or like on a heating rack where they would be heated up so that bacteria would die. It was not a gross like area. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the craziest part about this whole situation is like they would claim, oh well, the food could be brought in, it had to be thrown away at a certain time. Like, to a degree, yeah, it did, but like not this degree, because this is insane. How are you going to sit there and tell me that you actually think that it should have been thrown away at like an hour and a half of sitting out there? Like, that's absurd to me. I think that's insane to me. That's absolutely insane. An hour and a half is not long enough before you're like, oh yeah, well, we need to throw it away now. No, shut up. Sorry, but shut up. Like, oh no, the big corporation that's taking the money of like everybody who works for them because they won't give anybody a raise is losing money on food sales. Oh no, it's the end of the world. It just pissed me off so bad, like when I was working there, and it's a big part of the reason why I quit. But another big part of the reason why I quit was because of that performance review, because that performance review went horribly. Like, how are you going to sit there and tell me that I'm a bad worker when you have a billion people sitting on their butts doing absolutely nothing? Because that's what I worked with. I worked with slackers a lot. Like, I had some really great coworkers, but dang, you guys are lazy sometimes. Like, how are you going to tell me that you're going to make me do your job when I'm literally not even 18 years old yet? Like, some of them were so lazy that they made not even an 18-year-old work with alcohol. By the way, that's illegal. That's illegal. You need to be 18 or older to work with alcohol. Um, and like things like that. Like, I could have sued you guys for doing all that. But in the end, it just really sucked because I was the one who was always being like crapped on because, oh well, I'm lazy, oh this that, and I'm like, I'm not that lazy. In fact, I do most of the work around here, and it was just because I was quiet, and that's the worst part. That's the worst thing is a lot of the reasons why they were like okay to be like, oh well, it's whatever. You just suck, was because I was quiet, and I can't help but like notice that, and I'm like, that's on me, really. I should have been louder and more vocal about my problems while working there. And then like one time I had to go get scanned for testicular cancer because my doctor said I might have cancer or not cancer. Sorry, no, I had a lump on my testicle on one of my testicles that I thought maybe was cancer. And I had to get like you know a scan done or an ultrasound done, and my my job would just not let me go. It's like it's medical stuff. HIPAA does makes it so that you don't need to tell anybody about that stuff. I didn't need to tell anybody about that. Yet they were like requiring me to give them an answer as to why and yada yada yada, and it pissed me off. That looks good. I like it. I like it. But like there's a bunch of reasons why you can't be like, "Oh, well, I'm not letting you go to a doctor's appointment," because that's just straight up illegal. Like I did not choose when I had to get this scheduled because it was just very sudden. It was kind of an emergency. Not an emergency, but like it was a urgent thing to get done as soon as possible, and I literally like I was like, "Okay, I cannot go to work after this because this is a big deal to me because I had like a lot of stress about it." And the scan was during a time where I'd get to work like halfway through my shift, and I'd work what, like maybe an hour or two. So I was like, hey, I need the whole day off because I'm like, I'm not going back to work because I'd be way too anxious. I would be having a mental absolute breakdown. Um, I would not be able to handle working because my job also kind of sucked. And it was just like, I couldn't handle that. And so I was like, hey, I need the whole day off. And they were so mad. And the worst part is, this was during a time where they claimed that we were understaffed. Meanwhile, we had 8 people on every shift, meaning that there was like almost no work to do. And this was a small establishment. It was not big. It was like the size of like, I don't know, like not even a McDonald's. It was like a like maybe like 2/3 the size of a McDonald's. Pretty small establishment. Did not need, you know, that many workers. And it just really upset me because I was like, I'm getting tested for, you know, medical stuff. And then they wanted me to take somebody else's day. And I was like, you know what? I'll do that. And then the person who actually, by the way, they were fighting me so hard on this. They wanted somebody else to cover for me, but wanted me to cover for them. But the person that they wanted me to cover for was the sweetest person imaginable, who, by the way, I'd never worked with, and I'd never met them in my entire life. Sweetest person imaginable called me up, being like, "Hey, I heard about your problem. Don't worry about coming into work that day. I will handle it. It doesn't matter that you're on the schedule. Just don't come in that day." And she ended up taking my shift from me. You know, um, and it just goes to show, like, all it takes is a little communication to work with people. And like all I needed was a single day. The schedule, by the way, they made the schedule like a month in advance, which they should not be doing. By company policy where I worked, that was illegal. That was against company policy big time. They would have gotten fired for that. That's completely a worker issue, worker related issue. Um, and HR should have gotten involved. I don't know why I didn't get HR involved. Should have called them up, being like, "Hey, your guys are being a butthead right now, so you should do something." I didn't though, so that's what sucks. I should have done something. Um, but like it just really sucked. The whole thing, it just sucked. Awful, awful place to work. And honest to God, I was glad I quit. But at the same time, I'm hearing all these other places, like other people who are telling me, like, about their job, and I'm like, oh man, did I just lose something good? And I hear about the fact that like there's quite a few places that are way better, and that I should just try working there. I mean, like it's not even like the problem of, oh, I can't work in a normal work environment. No, no, I can do that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with working in a normal work environment. Kind of like it even. It adds some kind of like structure to my life. But what I don't like and don't appreciate is the way that they would treat me in this work environment. It was really poor, and I can't help but despise it. Anyway, done talking about my life for now. Let's talk about the animations I'm doing because I think that's my problem right now. What do I want to animate? Ooh, I have like a few ideas in my head all the time, but that's like whatever. Hmm. I kind of want to do a walk cycle because I don't know. I feel like I don't do enough of those and I'm really bad at them, so I should try doing one from like this angle. By the way, if you wonder why I'm going so anatomical with this, it's because I really like anatomy. I really, really like anatomy. Like, it's some of my favorite things to draw is like just straight anatomy. Also, this is the hip, not a knee, just so you know. Um, kind of looks like a knee. Jeez, my stomach sounds awful right now. Honestly, I should not have eaten pizza for lunch. My stomach was not feeling good this morning. I don't know why I ate pizza, bro. Um, and like, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna talk about my personal life again. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I hate where I live. Like, royally hate it. Like, there is not anything in the world that could probably make it better. Well, I guess that's not true. There are things that could make my living situation way better. If I was being paid to live here, it would make it better. But I just hate it because we eat the worst food. Like, we have the worst food imaginable. There's not healthy options. And like my parents will make it out. Okay, somebody will make it out to be that it's healthy. There's a healthy option, but there really isn't because we primarily just eat unhealthily. And then like I'm sitting here like I guess eating this food and I'm just like getting like I feel sick all the time. And I don't okay, I don't know if I can even say this. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to talk about that. I just feel sick all the time. There's something about this house that makes me feel ick. Not ick as in like the ick, but like I feel icky. I feel gross. I feel nasty, you know? And I genuinely have no clue what it is. Um, and I have no idea what's causing it. Okay, so foot comes down here, then this comes. Ah, this is way too big. Can I just either select all? Let's select all. Make it a little smaller so I can actually see what I'm doing. And then, so I'm thinking, do I want to do like. Okay, I'm thinking right now. From my mind, I know when. But like, yeah, it's just like such a awful. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you, awful. I hate living here. I hate it. Like, I want my own place, and it's not even like a bad place to live. I guess, like, it's just I hate living here because I'm not independent. People hear everything I talk about. I have people judge me a lot, and I just can't stand it. I can't stand living here. I just can't stand living here. And it's not like a oh wait, this is stupid. Wait. Wait a minute, wait a minute. This is stupid. This is very dumb. Okay, wait, hold on. So if that's where it is when it's all the way up like that, then this should be around the spot where it is like low, right? No, that's a little low. Like around here. That looks about right. And so I'm thinking here, we gotta like add a drawing in between where they're coming up. And actually, go back. Problem is here, this needs to be way higher up. If you're like full sprinting, bro, your back leg is gonna be way high up. But then this is gonna be like right here. Father, why have you forsaken me? Sorry, I'm listening to music. Y'all can't hear it because guess what? I don't want to get copyright struck on like the first day of streaming on anything because that would really suck. Also, why did I make it so long? Oh, it is long. Dude, that's really bad. Hold on. That looks really awful. It's way too thick right here. Right there. Going on to like art and stuff, talking about art, I think my biggest inspiration would probably have to be like Junji Ito, like genuinely, because he's just such an icon. Like I don't usually like to say like icon, like he's an icon. No, but like he is such a horror icon. I can't help but like say that he just is, you know? He is that. That's what he is, bro. He's a freaking icon in horror. At least horror art and stuff like he's such a like a icon. I know there are a few people who like kind of make fun of his like very straightforward aesthetics. Like he was like, it's like, oh well, you turn the page and like it's horror. Like ooh, you know. But like that's the whole point. That's the whole point of what he's doing. Some people make fun of that, and like I get like sometimes it's kind of tacky and cheesy, but like listen, it's not bad. And then like there's also some people who think like I've heard that there's a take on the internet where some people are like, well, there's actually not much like symbolism or like meaning behind his work. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? And I just can't help but like kind of laugh, I guess. Not like laugh at them, but like laugh at that idea. Like, oh well, Junji Ito doesn't have very much like oh wait, this is like all the way down, isn't it? Oh shoot, this has to be a little higher up, huh? Because this is not that far down. All right, next one would be like right around here. And this comes through here. Now, if you have any like problems with this drawing, please tell me. I really do like to know like what I'm doing wrong. In fact, it ends up with some of my best designs in the whole freaking world. I don't know what I was going to say, bro. Honestly, like doing streaming right now, I kind of like it. Like even just like the anxiety of like, oh, somebody might be watching me. I kind of like it. Like not in like a weird masochistic way, but like it makes me want to like be entertaining. I feel like I'm not very entertaining normally. When I'm not talking to somebody, I'm not entertaining. No, bro. Like I'm boring. I'm a very boring person. Like my cousin was saying the other day, like I was talking to him, he's like, I feel boring, and I'm like, me too. We're both that way. It's not just me. It looks kind of weird because it's not right because the loop isn't done yet. So the thing is, this is not at all done. I still need the frame of like between here. It's like right here. Also, this is a weird shape right now. I'll fix that when I polish it up. It really should have another frame where it's like, you know, leg. Like this. And then, of course, this is going to be like down the middle. And yes, I am giving this person kind of a cheek. Giving them cheeks, bro. You can't hate on me for giving my drawings cheeks, bro. I know you like it. Ugh, what is wrong with me, bro? What am I talking about, bro? Oh my god. What is wrong with me actually? I'm so doomed. Like actually. I know you like it. Bro. Bro, what? I really hope I do succeed in animation. I talk about a lot of stuff here, or I've talked about a lot of stuff here. I'm hoping, like, out of all of this, I'm hoping this leads me to success in animation. I just want to be successful as an animator. And what that means is not popularity. What this means is, like, to me, oh, wait, I'm going the absolute wrong way. I'm stupid. What I mean by that is, like, I want to be, not famous, but, like, I want to make something that's actually impressive in the way of animation. Of course, I'm like kind of slow right now because I just started, but like, what am I talking about? I did not just start. I've had a lot of animations that I've made, but like, I'm really bad still. It just takes a lot of failure to be better, I guess. All right, and I think that looks all right. It does look a little better. I think after I add the legs, or I mean the feet, it'll look a lot better. I actually think that this should be, hold on, I have an idea. Should be more like tilted, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. I feel like it needs to be. Like, I kind of like all the other, and like the other. Oh, wow. Why did I make him so jacked in this one? Kind of looks like he's about to kick something. Pause. Let me rotate. I think this is a better angle. Bro, what even is this? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Hold up. Let me just restart. Let me do another one. Actually, it kind of looks right. That's the weirdest part. Okay. Well, let me try again. Turn off my music, actually. Well, that's a good thing that I have no viewers because I've been talking about some stuff that I really don't want to. Wait, what am I talking about, bro? I'm tweaking, bro. This is all gonna be saved as a VOD. I mean, I can delete it if I really want to, but I probably won't. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh yeah. So I kind of want to start with. Okay, that's kind of. All right, let's start like right here, bro. This will be the hips, then leg. I'm thinking, how do I want to be stanced right now? Probably kind of like this leg is right here. Then the other leg is heading outwards, like this direction. Because I don't know. Maybe. Actually, if that's the case, then this needs to be way far over and a little tilted. I think the problem with the last one is I was not thinking quite right. And then since that's like this, and so then this would have to come from here. Actually, this needs to go up just a little bit. In my opinion. If it's going to be like that, and then come down here. Like that, and then go add that cheek. And then, by the way, YouTube, this is all art. This is not like I'm being like weird. And then it needs to come forward here. And this needs to come forward. Somebody home already? No, okay, I'm tweaking. And then actually I want to have both here. Oh, why is it so like low opacity, I feel? Okay, and then from here, oh, why did it, oh, it messed up again. It does that every once in a while. This is a very like rough kind of sketchy program. Not sketchy as in like it's bad, but like sketchy as in like, oh well, it's kind of like, not the best. It's a great program if you ever want to use it. It's called Rough Animator. If you're on PC, desktop, you can use it. It's pretty cool. And in my opinion, it's probably one of the best animation softwares you're going to be able to get, other than like Blender. Fire Alpaca's all right. Honestly, I don't like how Fire Alpaca does it, but I can see its use and utility. I don't like the whole like, oh well, it's going to be like, you know, I don't like the okay. So is this what am I looking at here? Hold on, let me turn off my onion skin. Yeah, yeah, that's about right. Why is it why is it doing this? Because I messed with onion skin. Okay, let me add a few layers between here. Oh, I can't see onion skin. Um, I think it could benefit from a few layers here. Just like not layers, but a few extra frames in my opinion. Who cares about my opinion? I should just be quiet. Just kidding. That's not going to happen. I'm a very loud person. Asking me to be quiet is impossible. Nearly impossible, that is. It's not quite impossible, but, you know. I don't know. I don't know. And then, looking at the first one, what did I do right? Oh, I was just focusing on the legs. Let me see this smoother. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Okay. And I want to add another frame here. And then this is just like the same exact thing, except it's... So wait, hold on. Let me see how fast this is. Yeah, if I had like a steady like repeat of this thing, it would be fine. So in that case, this needs to come... How did I have this one? Well, they need to be a little further apart, huh? And kind of like that. And it's getting a little taller here because, like that. And then I went up. Kind of like that. And then forward. a little bit and then backwards a little bit. Dude, I went to like a reference for anatomy website and it was super like just like nonstop. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell what's happening, but I can kind of see it. Let me turn the fire rate, no, frame rate down to like 6 frames per second. Looks way better. Looks way better. Looks amazing. I absolutely adore that. That's amazing. Awesome sauce. Now I do want to add on top of this that I want to add on like actual anatomy. So I am going to do a lot of copy and pasting here. Hold on, pause, save this real quick. Save everything actually. Save this as and at walk. Cuz I had a problem last time with this is just walk, I guess. With a I had a problem with things just not saving, so I want to save this as something bass. Sure. Untitled. Oh, I don't want to save that one. I don't really care. I don't care that much about that, so okay, so when I'm thinking about anatomy is like what I'm talking about is just like what I imagine the shapes would be. And for this top piece here, it would be kind of like this almost. Or at least this is how I imagine it. Like this kind of. And then the butt comes in through here. But I don't want to start on that until I have the weight. I guess I do want to do, I don't know. Because I'm thinking, and my idea of like the kneecap right here is just it's a kneecap, kneecap. And then this comes through here as like the like leg muscle here. As one of the leg muscles. That I don't know how it connects right here. I'm just imagining what I imagine as the like the then here's like the butt muscle right in here, and then this has like its own like section here, the calf, and this comes down into the shin, which the shin is like kind of just mainly cartilage and like bone and stuff. So I'm not like freaking out by that being too crazy. I just want the actual calf to be like outlined here. In all honesty, I think doing anatomy is important, but not like full blown like crazy anatomy. I think going crazy with it's okay, but like I guess don't do it as much as like don't just purely do crazy anatomy. You don't always have to have perfect anatomy. It doesn't have to be perfectly human because guess what? We're not all really like this shape. We're not just one shape. We're all very different. And that's always been my take on it is like everybody looks always very different. So we're not always the same. Also, yes, I did make this butt absolutely massive for no reason. Don't ask me why. I just felt like it. And then from here, of course, the leg is going to come up. Oh, that was like a perfect line there, bud. Holy crap. Kind of like that. All right, and then this comes like here. Now I'm going to make it so that I'm doing as much detail on every frame because this is kind of, not entirely, but kind of like not final, but like a more, you know, well done version of this. So I do kind of follow, I do gotta follow what I was doing here. Bro needs jiggle physics. Brother, what am I talking about? Oh yeah, I just realized I did not add the anatomy here because there's not much in my brain for like this kind of like way it looks. I don't know. Sometimes it really does help to draw things out like the way it is in real life or what you would imagine a similarity, like a similar like drawing or aesthetic would be to real life anatomy. because it doesn't have to be real life anatomy. That's another thing that I want to point out is like you don't have to be perfect. You just have to have some kind of semblance of understanding of what anatomy would look like, to a degree. Like we're not drawing the thing. We're just drawing something that looks like the thing. Because nothing that you ever draw will ever be 100% the thing. It's just not how that works. You're just drawing something that looks like it. And so I think being like, oh, well, I'm going to lose my mind because I'm weird like that, I guess. Because there are some people that do act kind of crazy over anatomy and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, chill out, bud. Chill out there, bud. Doesn't have to be perfect, you know? I think that's an important thing to recognize is it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Um, but yeah, not gonna lie, I got very depressed. Not depressed, but like sad this week because there's just been so much awful stuff that's been happening. Like, there's just a lot of bad stuff that's been happening this week, and that's just how life is right now, I guess. So, everything sucks, but I'm still here. I'm still animating. I'm still chilling, and I still want to get better, and I still want to make something out of my life. I want to do a lot of things, so I'm gonna do it. Okay, not maybe gonna do everything I want, but like, you know, hello, get out there, get out there, boy, get out of here. I did not know I could grab that. I never really did in the past. So I was like, interesting. Like, so let me see this how it looks. It's not bad, not bad, not bad. I don't hate it. Let's make this a little bit more visible now. That's not exactly how we're gonna draw it, but we are gonna draw a very similar thing. See, I'm just kind of going off of like what I'm seeing and drawing a similar thing. I'm not drawing quite the exact same thing, just drawing a very similar thing to what I drew initially. It's still its own thing, so I'm still trying to do, it justice, kind of, to a degree. And here's the thingy. And the cheeks are going to be a little lower this time because also I'm imagining the actual hips existing, but they don't exist on this, so if you're wondering why the cheeks are so big, it's not because I'm imagining the cheeks being so massive. It's because I'm imagining the hips existing. That's what I'm imagining. If you were wondering as to why I made them so absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Freaking Gilbert Godfrey be like, absolutely massive. His cheeks were. POV Donald Trump talking about Arnold Palmer, except it's not cheeks. Can I look at that on stream? Shoot, I don't know. Don't know. Okay, I'll look at it in a bit. I think after this animation, I'm gonna get off stream for the night, because I don't really think I think everybody's gonna get home soon, so I don't want to be on stream while everybody's home. I will probably finish this animation later. I want to do the 8 frames now. Wait, how does this go back? I don't understand. How are we looking at it here? So looking at it here. Oh no, that's. Oh, okay. I see what I did here. Okay. So what I did wrong here is that this is already out there. Okay, so like when I'm looking at this, it's up front. But when you get to this point, guess what? It's all the way back here. So it's going to look a little bit different. And I think I did it well. And I just wanted to fix it for no reason because I'm Mr. Fix It, I guess. I don't know. All right, we skip over this frame. This frame does not exist. Um, and now we're onto this frame. Actually, just delete this drawing real quick. Which is what is this? Oh, okay. So this is like it's coming down, and we're moving forward the leg. In all honesty, I've been kind of like not following exactly what the heck. I did not open that up. Sorry, something opened up on my end. I have you guys focused on the rough animator right now, so you can't really see everything that I'm doing. But what's the other leg doing here? I'm thinking that the other leg's going to be in tandem, like right around here. In my opinion, I think it's going to be like right there, and then we're like that. So then, as I'm thinking about it right now, I think it's going to be like. Oh, dude, messed up my little pen. I gotta breathe. I'm kind of getting like that time where I'm like, I'm almost done, so I gotta hurry. By the way, this does go down a little bit through here. It's kind of like this. Did I make it really small for that last frame? I did. I don't know why I did that. Undo that. And then actually select all. Move this up just a little bit. And then make it slightly bigger here. And then I can delete this drawing. I can delete this drawing too, because this doesn't even exist, I don't think. What's going on? What did I do? Okay, so this comes back. Oh, wait. Yeah. So then what is it, why does it look weird? I don't know why I think it looks weird. Maybe I should stop a little bit on the frames where it's like it's crossing over. Oh, because this didn't go back down. There's no frame where this is going back down. So it kind of looks weird. So I can kind of see where I went wrong because I deleted that one frame that I thought was unimportant. But it turns out it was kind of important. Because I thought I overshot it. But turns out it's just really important to have that frame. Wait, where did I draw that frame? I did it over again. I overdid it again. Also, this is a problem here. It just comes right up. Why does it come right up like that, bro? I should have seen that a mile away. And then it shouldn't be this far apart at all. So let me delete this. think it looks way better. All right, I am done for the night. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great, wonderful evening. I shall